of bureaus and head of departments have also made use of their social media platform to encourage voters to vote with the assistance of video clips. Now, at prominent locations in Hong Kong, for example, the entrance of tunnels, we are displaying banners as well as putting up advertisements in public transport to encourage voting. We want to create a favorable ambience for votes. Now, on the polling day, we expect a team of 30,000 civil servants from various departments to assist in the voting process. A loyal and dedicated civil service is a key element of the governance system. Our civil servants staunchly support the government to fulfill our constitutional responsibility. The improved election arrangement is a key measure of our efforts. Civil servants have the duty to support this arrangement, and civil servants should lead by example and exercise your civic duty to come out to vote on the polling day. Now, the new term of the government has a clear grasp of the sentiments in the community. And by reaching out into the community, we can understand the needs of the community better and improve our policy. It is a win-win scenario. Now, besides coming out to vote, besides urging civil servants to come out to vote, I also urge you to encourage your family members, your neighbors, and your friends to vote on the 10th of December and cast your sacred vote to build a better community. Thank you. Now we will take questions from journalists. Please raise your hand and tell us your media organization, and please ask no more than 2 questions. The gentleman in the front, please. Good morning, Chief Executive. I'm from CCTV. Now, in explaining your policy address, you reached out to various stakeholders in the community. So what are the views collected, and how will you improve your next policy address? Now, recently, when President Xi attended the APEC meeting, he said we need to make the development of Asia more significant and forge a glorious path for the next 30 years. So how will Hong Kong align with what President Xi said?
I want to thank the public and different community groups for giving us their feedback on the policy address. After explaining the policy address to them, we have received views on the implementation timetable and where we should realign our focus. Now, in the Legislative Council, discussions were carried out on progress. Overall speaking, I received support on the policy directions and the implementation of key initiatives. There are suggestions on how we should optimize resources to focus on certain areas. When it comes to resources, we need to have regard to the government's fiscal position. And in fact, during the consultation, we received a lot of views from LegCo members, political parties, and we have incorporated these views in drawing up the policy address. There are also some highlights, for example, on publicity for major events, as well as measures specifically tailored for the implementation of action agendas and blueprints. I thank everyone for these suggestions. As for regional development, in the coming 5 years, in the Asia-Pacific region, it will become the major locomotive for economic growth in the world as the development shifts from the west to the east. As to how we should leverage on this advantage and grasp opportunities, we should foster closer ties with our neighboring countries in the APEC region. In fact, we have very close relationships with the Southeast Asian countries. In fact, I visited 3 ASEAN countries to forge a stronger economic and trade tie with them. Meanwhile, I also tap new opportunities to bring the maximum benefit to Hong Kong by visiting other countries. Now, we have a number of advantages. We have the super connector and the super value adder. This is because we have world-class professionals in Hong Kong. They specialize in different areas. For example, in the development of the Belt and of projects in the Belt and Road Initiative, through collaborating with the counterparts, we have received acclaim. We also need to give play to our positions as the 8 centers. The positioning will not only help promote economic growth locally, but also enhance cooperation with different economies in the world. We can contribute our advantages to their development. For example, we are the International Financial Center, the International Trade Center, as well as the International Center for Dispute Resolution in the APEC region. We are also an international logistics hub. With just 5 hours of traveling, we can cover half of the world's population. As for other positionings, such as the International Innovation Technology Center and the East Meets West Center for International Cultural Exchange, all these advantages help promote international collaboration. Other countries may also receive a boost from us in their economic development. We should forge a united front and showcase our strength to the world. In fact, we have yielded results such as talent emission. We adopt a common law system. We are an international city. Like many other jurisdictions, we also have a common law system. So other countries find our system credible. They have confidence in us. That is why we can help them with financing and other economic activities. We are an international financial center and a major listing platform. We could attract the eyeball of international investors. We also have various connect schemes that bring a lot of opportunities for international investors. We also have different supporting measures to help foreign enterprises set up their presence in Hong Kong, as well as tapping the mainland market, especially in the Greater Bay Area. We provide ample opportunities for investors around the world. This is how we make our contribution and create impetus for growth in Hong Kong, as well as creating a bigger pie for the APEC region. In fact, there is a consensus on trade and commerce against the backdrop of complex external environment, high interest rates, environment, and uncertainties, we need to maximize our potential and overcome this challenge. Next reporter.
Some English questions from the South China Morning Post. For the first question, following the financial secretary's attendance at the APEC summit, has the Hong Kong government achieved its goals at the summit, and could the city expect more friendly relations with the United States following the meeting of President Xi Jinping and Joe Biden? And the second question, with regards to the district council elections. In the run-up to the district council elections, multiple government officials have downplayed the importance of voter turnout. In your view, does the voter turnout actually matter? And would a low voter turnout discredit the new electoral new electoral system? And do you have any measures to encourage people to vote? Thank you.
I thank the Financial Secretary's attendance at APEC. I think he achieved 3 goals very successfully, which were, first of all, explain the advantages, strengths, and attractions and opportunities of Hong Kong to the world. Second, build friendship and relationship. And the third is to establish cooperation, particular regional cooperation. We are a strong advocate of free trade, free economy, and we are also a strong advocate of people-to-people exchange. And I'm very glad that all these goals have been achieved, and achieved with good results. Obviously, with the meeting of the 2 leaders of our country and of US, then there have been some indications of cooperation in different areas. These 2 great countries coming together to lead some cooperation is a very positive indication to everybody. Hong Kong, being our country's special administrative region, of course, will play its role actively to fulfill what has been agreed between the 2 leaders. And I have always been advocating for good trade relationship and also good business-to-business relationship. We will, of course, try to encourage more trade between Hong Kong and the US. In fact, the US has been enjoying one of the biggest returns in bilateral trade between Hong Kong and the US. And I think that should be something that the US should pay serious attention to, because trade will benefit people of both places. And of course, we see the trade surplus goes very much to the US side. So I will, together with my team and government officials, continue to promote trade relationship between Hong Kong and other economies, whether it is in this region, new markets, Europe, or US. In regard to District Council election, it is a very important election because it is enhanced and improved election system, which will produce very hardworking district council members who will really be attached to the district to make district affairs good for the citizens of that district, and will also ensure that it will stay in its right purpose in accordance with the basic law. In other words, a consultative body. And also, we will be ensuring that all these district council members will be patriots and will not betray the interests of Hong Kong and the country. We have been doing all we can to promote people to come out to vote for, first of all, the reason that it will ensure improved administration of district affairs, resulting in good districts for us to enjoy. Second, it is also a civic responsibility to vote. That is why we have asked civil servants to demonstrate that civic responsibility to come out to vote. And the third thing is civil servants in the process of consultation with the future district council will be able to grasp and understand more of the needs and wants of individual districts. That, of course, will help fulfill their purpose of serving the people of Hong Kong, in particular, the people of individual districts. And I encourage all citizens, all voters to come out to vote on that day, because you all live in one of the 18 districts. And these 18 districts are our home. We all want to make this home a better place to live in. So your participation will ensure that you will produce the right district council members to help you build that home district. So it is of benefit to all. Come out and vote. We will try to make everybody appreciate and enjoy the success of district council election. So we'll do everything we can. Also, I think the merit of the new district council election is seen both in the election process as well as the final delivery of outcomes by the actual running and conduction of the improved running of the district council meetings. We will have expectations of district council's performance, and there will be process not just by the public to monitor their performance, but of course, the system itself will have a monitoring system so that the elected district council members will do their duty dutifully. And I'm sure that all those who now stand for election have the heart and passion to do their job well. So I have strong faith in their performance in due course.
時間關係咧，我哋繼續到今日最後一位記者。
In the interest of time, we will take the last question today, the lady in the back. I'm from Now TV. First, about the takeaway from APEC. How would you analyze the future developments after the bilateral meeting between President Xi and Biden? And what about the sanctions on China? Now, you haven't attended the APEC, so you didn't get to report Hong Kong situation to President Xi. And about the legislation for, and about about invoking Article 55 of the Hong Kong National Security Law. Under what circumstance will Hong Kong pass cases involving national security offences to the mainland authority? After the APEC meeting, there was a meeting between states leaders on both sides on various issues. The meeting was amicable. And I think this sends a very encouraging message to the world. And of course, it is very encouraging for Hong Kong too. Hong Kong has always been a staunch supporter of APEC's mission, that is economic development. And mutual facilitation of liberalization measures to pursue economic development and to benefit people in various countries. But this is a positive development, and we will do our best to align ourselves with this positive direction. There will be concrete measures and results. However, It takes two parties to tangle in terms of trade. Now, concerning the unreasonable sanctions on myself, I sneer at it. Still, sanctions against the chief executive would affect the communication between governments, and it will also undermine our publicity campaigns. Hong Kong is a fully open economy, which fully supports cooperation and mutual communication. However, it takes the efforts of both sides to establish good communication. We will do our best. We will do what we can do. However, if the other party across the table is a hegemony and is acting unreasonably, then it is their responsibility. In terms of trade, the trade surplus enjoyed by US in trade with Hong Kong accounts for a large percentage of their trade surplus. We are all for regional cooperation, and we will take proactive measures to promote positive developments. I have designated the Financial Secretary to attend the APEC Economic Leaders Meeting on my behalf. He has delivered. He has explained Hong Kong's unique strengths and edges to the world, and we have enlarged our circle of friends. He has sent out positive messages on economic and trade cooperation. Now, I have very smooth communication with the central government. I'm extremely grateful to the central government for the trust it's placed in the Hong Kong SAR's governance. They valued my views highly. Every year, I report to the premier of the central government, and we exchange views on a comprehensive range of issues. I'm grateful for the Financial Secretary for reflecting Hong Kong's situation to President Xi, and President Xi cares about Hong Kong a lot. On Article 55 of the Hong Kong National Security Law, the law is clear. Under three circumstances, Article 55 may be invoked. These include complex cases involving a foreign country or external elements, making it difficult for the region to exercise jurisdiction over the case, or it is a serious situation where the government is unable to effectively enforce the national security law, or when there is a major and imminent threat to national security. At present, I have every confidence that Hong Kong is capable of dealing with national security risks, including the ongoing cases. We are confident that we can deal with these high-profile cases. I have faith in our law enforcement agencies as well as our judicial system. Now, if there is involvement of foreign country or external elements in cases in relation to the Black Cloud violence in 2019 and the Color Revolution, we have to be on guard. We strongly condemn these external forces against any interference. We will uphold our responsibility in dealing with national security risk, including discernible risk and ongoing cases. We want external forces not to intervene in our affairs. This is the end of the conference. Thank you.